Welcome back. Now let's take the conversation this morning to Ghana, where we have information that members of the ruling New Patriotic Party, NPP, have been charged to work hard to retain power come 2024, as the party cannot afford to lose power to the opposition. Director of External Affairs of the NPP, Honorable Frederick Kofi Ameyaw, was of the view that the NPP under the leadership of the President Akufo-Addo has performed well, and therefore the need to project his achievement for the Ghanaians is important.
He indicated that it was time for both party members and communicators to rise up to the task and let the masses know about the unprecedented achievement of the party since 2017, adding that the NPP remains the only political party that is development-oriented in Ghana.
I mean, it's election season all around the continent. We've all been talking about elections in Africa. Ghana is going to be talking about elections as well. The current president has been in power, and since I think it was in 1992, they've not had an opportunity where they see any presidential candidate rule for beyond 8 years. And the NPP was hoping to break this jinx, but we do not know if this is possible. Of course, we know that the people of Ghana have expressed great displeasure. We've seen riots. We discussed this on this show very recently. We talked about the inflation rates and the riots that were happening in Ghana. So we do not know if this is, if his performance so far is enough to be able to guarantee the party a shot at a potential third term.
Yeah, and it's pretty much the same thing with elections across, countries here in Africa. Nigeria, of course, is going to be into elections next year. But you cannot. So the NPP as a party now is expected that it would promote itself, it would speak about its achievements since 2017, like they've mentioned. But you can't necessarily take the direct feeling that the people have on, and how they react to, your governance. If they feel like the economy has not improved, they feel like security, education, healthcare has not improved, you can't force anyone to agree that things are better. It's really left for the people to decide whether they will keep the NPP in power or not. Yeah. And that's going to be a very, very huge decision that they would make. And, this is pretty much similar to every other election across the continent. I understand that, yes, lately propaganda has become a huge tool, with elections across Africa. It's not just now about, the electoral cycle. There's a lot of things that come into play before the elections proper. And so the NPP would sell itself. Then Akufo-Addo will sell himself, and do, whatever it takes to ensure that the people still believe and trust in the NPP. But,
the unfortunate thing is, even within itself, the NPP is divided within itself. Now, there have been information that there was some form of restriction that was set out to prevent party flag bearers from campaigning before the presidential primaries, but there have also been reports that some people have been going around to do underground campaigning, and there is a potential possibility that there will be an election, an earlier presidential campaign election happening before the scheduled next year. But just like we're seeing in Nigeria and we're seeing in several other African countries, there might be a strong opposition. The party has been, or the elections in Ghana have been between NPP, NDC, just like we've had PDP and APC for the most part, but there might be a potential third force. I mean, I do not know the strength to this. We certainly will be having an analyst from Ghana joining us. There are conversations about CPP and PPP merging and becoming this third force that unseats NPP. But we don't, we of course are seeing a lot of, I wouldn't call it a revolution. I would say some form of fighting back. Yeah. People are beginning to stand up to say, we want to change the status quo. We want something different. Yeah. But of course, we'll be bringing updates and we'd like our Ghanaian audience to let us know what the position is. If you were to rate the current administration of President Akufo-Addo, let us know how you think he has fared so far and what your projections are for the NPP. Tweet us at News Central TV.
There's also been, some criticism with regards to their economy, and the level of inflation in Ghana. It has also done very, very well in the last couple of months. So we'll see how it turns out for them.
All right.